Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gaming CPA's channel. In today's episode we are going to be checking out a new demo. This demo is in the SteamWorld franchise. This is called SteamWorld Build and I highly recommend you check it out. It is on Steam right now. We're going to dive into it, and what I can tell you right now is if you enjoy the Anno series whatsoever, it's a city building strategy management type of game. If you enjoy that, and if you enjoy the SteamWorld franchise at all, and the humor and gameplay that it includes, you're gonna love this game. Alright, this game has it all. It has the fun aspect of Anno, developing up your city, managing your resources and everything, and it's got the humor of SteamWorld. So basically what you do is when you start off, just like in Anno, you want to get your population up and running. So how you do that is you need to build worker houses. Now worker houses bring you in workers and they also generate you money. Alright, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and place one worker house to give you an idea. So it gives you a short description of the building, yada yada. We don't need any of this because I'm telling you guys what we're doing. Alright, there are certain needs. So the needs of the people is they want to be next to a supermarket of some sort. They will become satisfied. The more satisfied they are, the more money they generate, and the more workers you get. The more workers you get, the more workers you can send out to do jobs. So it's basically right now at the beginning of the game just telling us, hey, why don't you go ahead and place down several of these. So we're going to go ahead and do just that. I'm going to kind of space them out, and you can see there's an exclamation point because that is because they are not connected to the dirt road. So if you look around here, there's a dirt road. The dirt road is connected to the train station. So I need to connect these guys to the dirt road. But one thing you will notice is I did space them out evenly. So what I can do is I can run dirt roads all the way down and dirt roads all the way down and create kind of city blocks. That's going to be what I end up kind of working on and doing. So it wants me to build up one more residential. So let's go ahead and place that down. And with that built, we're going to move on to our next quest. Our next quest looks like we need to build a marketplace, as this will indeed provide a need for the citizens. So let's go ahead and place a marketplace. You will notice that it has a blue area. That is its current range that it can reach. So I'm actually going to move one of these guys, get it out of the way here so that I can put down a marketplace that impacts as many of these individuals and houses as possible. And you know what? I actually have a better idea. I'm going to put this marketplace about as far away as I possibly can. And then I'm simply going to drop it onto both sides of the road. And what I mean by that is I can go ahead and connect this up to there. And now I have these houses covered and these houses covered. All it did was cost an extra little marketplace. Let's go ahead and build things up. In fact, let's go ahead and move this one down a little bit more as it's looking like that is the spacing for it. Okay, perfect. And it still reaches the end. Awesome. Okay, new milestone has been reached. Low satisfaction level. They also now need a service shop. And the service shop is going to take some boards to produce. And if you notice, I've unlocked a mill. And the mill allows me to basically build a forester to chop down some trees. So I'm going to go ahead and build one way out here. I'm going to make sure it is at 100%. And yeah, that looks good to me. So let's go ahead and drop that down. And then of course we're going to need to build a road out to it. Roads cost a very small amount of money, so we're going to go ahead and make that as straight as possible. And now we have a road. But the thing about the road is you need to have a warehouse / storage system, and we currently don't have one. So I'm thinking maybe what I should do is build up potentially a forest and a forester over here. This one might be easier to be reached, and I think it's within, yes, it is within range of the train station, which I believe is the game's first storage system. We're going to go ahead and connect that up right there. And then we can build a mill. And the mill will produce one wood every 15 seconds. All right, I can tell them this. I can tell them all of this. It'll tell you how much you need. It tells you how much money it requires for upkeep. But yeah, so this will say trees are used for foresters. It'll produce one tree every 15 seconds or one wood. And this will consume one wood to turn it into one board. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So we can go ahead and do the same thing. If I can hit 100% fertility, that's what we want to do. 100% fertility, that means it's going to be operating at 100% production, which is exactly what we want to see in our facilities. So let's go ahead and let's build 2 of these mills operating. Okay, perfect. Not enough workers available. You know, I have a solution for that, and this one says it can't quite reach the storehouse. I have 2 solutions for that. Okay, we're going to place that there so when we get enough boards, it'll work. So all I have to do, you can see I have a worker shortage of 17, is simply build more worker residentials. It's that easy. It looks like these require boards as well. Let's go ahead and just build a bunch of these up. Okay. And hopefully these will be getting taken care of. I think it's just their production is reduced. So now it takes 20 seconds instead of the 15. So we're just a little bit slower on this, but that's okay. We will be fixing that up very shortly. And once we do, we will go ahead and check back in once we have that taken care of. All right, you guys, and just like that, with the service station up and running, we now have all these houses fully satisfied. And so therefore they are able to increase. So it was at 4 out of 6. Now they're at 6 out of 8. So we have increased. So the satisfaction level now has one more satisfaction requirement, and that is cactus farms. All right, cactus farms, cactus farms, cactus farms. These will produce, I believe it is cactus water or milk. So what you do is you first build the farm, and then you need to place the fields. So you're going to go ahead and want to space these out nicely. They just need to be connected to the building in some way or another. So I'm going to go ahead and just space mine all the way out as far as I can, because I actually want 2 of these cactus farms. I think having 2 of them is just a better setup overall. And let's see if I place that there. There we go, perfect. And then I can just place these fields back here where they're not going to get in the way and they're not going to bother anyone. So looks like we are just shy on a couple workers. So I'm going to go ahead and increase our workforce a couple, just to make sure that we have enough people and that service center still reaches. Perfect. And just like that, we have all of the workers that we need, and now we just need to grow the population. And to do that, we are in fact going to have to continue to build up more of these buildings. And let's see, we are getting cactus water. It looks like we're not quite giving it out to the individuals yet, or maybe it's just taking time for these to go. Okay, we hit a milestone. Perfect. There we go. It was just taking a little bit of time to actually reach everyone. So now we are increasing our worker population. And it looks like we should go ahead and repair the abandoned trade station, which with this repaired is actually going to bring in a trader who will allow me to trade for different parts and different goods. So that is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and get that upgraded there. So now with the train station intact, we are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and check out my resources. This is where you can see how things are balancing. So right now I am overproducing on cactus water, so I can technically sell that overproduction. I'm also overproducing on boards, which is a good thing to have happen. So we are underproducing on charcoal, so we need to definitely start getting our charcoal production going. But this is a good way where you can kind of see what your resources are looking like, so you can know if you're having shortages, which is going to lead obviously to less satisfaction with the workers or the different population. This should be working itself back up because again I am overproducing, and you can see over here we now have a train arriving shortly in about 4 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and get our charcoal kiln up and running. Sorry, charcoal kiln. I'm going to go ahead and build it way over here. And again, what I want to make sure I do correctly this time is I want to make sure that I do it in such a way that I have the storage supply already there. So that way I don't have to worry about building a warehouse after the fact and dealing with that fun little issue that we did when we first tried to expand without having everything ready. So with the with the charcoal kiln, it requires a forester. So we're going to go ahead and put one down there. And the charcoal kiln is just going to basically take the extra wood and turn it into charcoal. So we're going to go ahead and place both of those, and then we're going to connect them both to roads, just like that. And now let's see what this looks like. So this produces charcoal every 32 seconds, and these produce every 16. So I could technically have 4 charcoal kilns to these 2 foresters. Let's go ahead and see how that's looking right now. It is at 0.4. Overproduction because we do have some demand for it. I may end up actually replicating this and just building another. I'm trying to think if I should build 1 or 2 more. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's just build 2 more. Let's build them all. Let's max this out. Oh, I don't have the money. Okay, we'll just build 2 more. It looks like our worker production force is going down. Wow, that does take a lot of workers, but they should start to become satisfied once the charcoal starts going. And when they get satisfied, we're going to get an additional 2 workers per house and an additional 5 money. So let's go ahead and get this satisfaction all the way up. There you go, buddy. There you go. There you go. Let's get that up to 100%, and that might just unlock our engineers when we get enough workers. I think we're going to have to probably build at least 1 more residential, maybe a couple more. Let's see. Best place to go here. We could expand on this side. Something like this. And we can connect it to our own road system down here. And let's see, are these guys in range? Okay, it's in range with that. I don't think they're quite in range for a marketplace. So we have to build another marketplace. All right, this is the kind of bad guy of the situation who's leading these people. His name is Core. He basically wants us to go uncover some ancient technology underground. And the way to get underground is we need engineers. And to get engineers, you have to have a 100% satisfaction level on your main worker residential, and then you can upgrade it to engineers. But be warned, when I upgrade this, I'm going to lose 10 workers because they become engineers. So if I click on this, I went from 17 down to 7. So just be aware of that. That's going to happen. And then engineers have their own satisfaction. Okay, they want moonshine. They're going to want a saloon and different things like that. So just be aware of that. These guys are losing satisfaction. I don't think it's a low satisfaction level. It's 98%. It looks like maybe we're just a little low on coal, even though our charcoal production is top notch. So I'm not sure why that's about. I understand why these guys don't quite have the marketplace or the service shop way up here. So I might build additional of those two. I think that would just be good to build another one of these, or maybe now that that's connected. I think I built too big a city blocks. Normally you want to have a certain city block design, and I haven't played this game quite enough to have that figured out yet. Let's go ahead and maybe build it. I think if I build it down here, that should be fine, because these guys are reached by that. Okay, and then I see another marketplace. Just trying to think. It is technically touching. I think that's all it has to do. It doesn't necessarily have to have the way it's facing touching. Perfect. Okay. These guys are all 100% happy. I got a lot more workers, so that should allow me to go ahead and upgrade. I'm actually going to upgrade towards the end here because I want to build a saloon, and I want that to be right there. So these guys will now gain more happiness, which means, again, more engineers, and I don't have to sacrifice worker residential buildings if I can just increase their satisfaction. So the next thing is going to be moonshine. Moonshine takes a sand sifting factory to turn it into glass, and glass and cactus farm makes moonshine. So, but before we get into that, we do have a train that just arrived. Our very first train. Let's go ahead and click on the choo-choo. The train station does give you access to trade and the ability to buy items. So I can basically set up trades to go out. So if I'm overproducing on items, you know, for example, if I was overproducing on, say, wood or something, or boards, I could technically trade it for money. I could trade it for a different item. They have the different ratios. So it would take 2 boards for 1 moonshine. It would take 1 board for 3 sand, or 1 board for $300. So one thing I'm going to look at before I go ahead and set this up is, what is my production? I am producing 12 boards too many. That's awesome. I'm actually going to try to sell, I would say maybe about, probably, let's just sell off about 6 of that. Let's sell half, and let's sell it for actual money. So we'll sell 6, and I'll hit create trade. Okay, so now we'll start trading this money, or trading these boards in the future, and I'm going to hold on to everything else. I didn't necessarily check to see what our different resources were looking like. We do have some excess cactus water, but I'm about to do moonshine, which means I'm going to use some of that. So we're going to just hold off on everything else. Let's go ahead and build our sand factory. We have 100% fertility right there, and that's going to produce, let's see how much. I think I have to connect it to a road first. That produces sand every 15 seconds. The glass blower will produce, it takes a sand, or let's see, it might take more than 1 sand to produce glass. So let's go ahead and actually, oh, it looks like we can repair the abandoned mine shaft. So this part is one of the coolest features of the game, and it reminds me a lot of, there was a title that I used to play where you would go underground and you could defend and you could do battle. It was super fun, and that's just another thing about this game that I haven't seen it in any other title. But yeah, you can go underground in this game, and you can dig, and you have to reinforce the ceiling as you dig, which costs resources. You can interact with different items, so I just got a gold nugget by interacting. There's also a gold nugget, obviously, on the wall. So yeah, it's telling me right now I need to place a pillar, and it's showing me where I need to place it to basically offer that support. There will be little notifications here that warn you of a cave-in potentially happening. And then, yeah, we just got to build miners' quarters. All it takes is you need at least a minimum of, I believe, 9 tiles to do that. So we have that. And this should now bring us in 2 different miners. There they are. And they're going to get to work. Once they cut things up enough, I can actually expand their little home base here. You can't expand it and block certain things off, so that's why it's not letting me build any more than I currently have. But once I get a little bit more, I'll bring them in, then we can go and expand that. So you have an upstairs and a downstairs. Once I build the moonshine, we'll probably call it a day, but let's go ahead and see exactly. I want to see this ratio. Oh, I just lost fertility. Never mind. Sorry, bud. Let's move you away. You don't need to be there. Okay, perfect. His fertility's back. You stay at 100% fertility. I like that. I am short on some engineers, so let's go ahead and upgrade another facility that's close here to the saloon. Perfect. Awesome. We'll get his needs up, and hopefully, what will that give us? 6. So I'll just be short by 1. Okay, we will just be short here. Okay, these guys look like they're, are they a little busy? Is that the problem? Too many deliveries for this warehouse? Okay, so we probably need to build another warehouse, which is fine. We can just go ahead and build one. Let's just build it down here, since this seems to be where a couple of these things are. Okay, so this takes 31 seconds. Probably normally 30 seconds, and these produce every 16 seconds. So, and I think it's just a 1-to-1 ratio. Is that correct? Discovered a dirty water vein. Oh, there it is. Some dirty water over there. So there's some other fun little things you can do again within the game. It says that I'm about to have a high instability, a collapse. Let's go ahead and support that. It says the position is blocked. Not sure what that was blocked by. Oh, it's blocked by this stone here. Okay. So these guys they're currently cleaning things up a little bit. The game's trying to tell me, hey, you should dig over in this direction. There's probably something random. Appreciate that. And there you go. Okay, we are supported again. That's something I haven't seen in a game before, per se. And just by expanding that way, we should have... Okay, I need to place 2 more tiles to gain just 1 more miner. There we go. All right, we now have 3 miners. If I wanted a 4th, I just need to place 6 tiles. All right, it's saying we are about to have a collapse down here, so let's go ahead and fix that. Man, they are busy down there. Okay, so our glass blowing, our glassware is being created. Again, we are overproducing on sand a little bit, and now we are producing almost 2 glass, which I think if we were to increase and get just 1 more residential or 1 more worker, we would probably be fine and have everything going. So let's go ahead and just do a little bit more there, so then I can go ahead and upgrade. And we should be at 30 seconds. Okay, perfect. So now we're at an even 2, and I actually only takes 1 sand factory to 2 glass blowers. That's awesome. That's really good to know. And I already have cactus water, so let's go ahead and build ourselves our moonshine. And I'm going to build it right here next to this, and we need, it looks like 5 more workers. That's okay. You can see I have plenty. We can go ahead and upgrade that. That should give us exactly 6 if everything is connected. Could not afford all trades. Oh, I used up all my boards. That's why. My bad. I'm like, I wasn't buying anything. So I did not have any boards here, so I couldn't complete that trade, sadly. Or maybe I completed it, part of it, but not all of it. But look at my money right now. Can I buy anything? Nope, I need a lot more money before I can start buying. All right, so we have enough workers. This consumes, let's see, is it going to consume just 1 of each? Okay, so yes, so it's basically 1 glass blowing to 1 moonshine creating. And the cactus farms, we seem to be just fine on this. No problem. Yeah, you can see we're at about positive 6, and now we drop down to just above 4, or just under 4. So that was probably about a 2 consumption right there, which is fine. I mean, that seems to be doing just fine. And now we're producing moonshine, which means we should naturally be getting more engineers and more money from them. So that's just kind of how the game works. You continue to build it up. There's going to be a stage after engineers. I guarantee it. There may even be a stage after the engineers after that. All right. So that is another fun aspect of this. There's also stuff you can explore down underneath, like digging out of a scrap vein. Oh, it requires a prospector. Now you have to upgrade your downstairs, which means you need more engineers up, etc., etc., etc. You guys, check this game out. Check out the demo. Give it a shot. See what you think. It's a lot of fun. It'll challenge you to play it in multiple different ways. And obviously this is just the demo in the tutorial. I can't wait for the full game to release here in the next upcoming month or months. I can't remember exactly what the release date is. They just announced it, Thunderful Games. So Thunderful, good luck you guys. And yeah, I can't wait to see the final release of this title. If you guys enjoyed the video and you want to leave a thumbs up, that would be appreciated. And as always, this game was sponsored by the amazing Super Spouse, my wife, who I could not be doing this without. So thank you and shout out to her, and shout out to you guys who have made it to the 20-minute mark. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, want to leave a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I go live or post more content. That would be cool. And until next time, maximize deductions and pay less in taxes. Have an amazing day, you guys.